Hello, it's Diane Hill, Women's Transformational Coach. How are you today? So, welcome to this very quick training on triggers. Triggers are something that I work on significantly with my clients on the Up-Leveled Women, because what triggers are an amazing way for you to discover what it is you need to work on, what it is you need to heal from, and how you can move on, up and out of them. So let's just talk about what a trigger is. Now, in my world, we tend to focus on negative triggers, but obviously you can have positive triggers as well. But a trigger is anything that elicits in your body a physiological, emotional response. So positive triggers would be like, you're suddenly feeling excited, you feel happy, you feel full of love, you feel full of gratitude, all those gorgeous, positive triggers. On the flip side of that are the negative triggers. So negative triggers being, you're suddenly feeling angry or sad or disappointed or frustrated or impatient or irritated. All those darker feelings that we are told we're not really allowed to show. So when you are triggered, when something happens, someone says something, or a situation happens, or, something changes you from your current state to another one, instead of reacting, which is what we do when we are kind of going along kind of unconsciously in life, which is how 95% of the world operates, we react. And we react by getting angry or going within or shouting or sulking or crying or kicking something. But actually all you're doing is you're just trying to expend some energy. You're trying to get rid of this energy. You're not wanting to feel it. In my world, I'm going to suggest that instead of doing that, what you do is actually investigate what's going on, because that feeling, that response in your body is trying to tell you something. And what it's trying to tell you is that there's something in there that needs to heal, because different people respond and react to different situations, don't they? And so how you respond to something is going to be very different to how someone else reacts or responds. And it's all based on your personal experience of life. So if you are triggered, say, by, your husband coming home and he's commented the house doesn't look very, very tidy, or, that's a personal one of mine, or maybe a friend or a colleague has commented on something and you've taken, an affront and you think it's totally inappropriate, or you feel judged, instead of getting cross, angry, reactive, and basically go unconscious, choose to go into it and discover why you're feeling the way that you're feeling. Actually go into it, because what's going on is nothing about the actual event in that moment. It's about the meaning you're giving to it. And the reason you're giving meaning to it is because of your personal experience of life. As the saying goes, if you're hysterical, it's historical. So you can use those triggers to actually go into what it is you need to heal. It's showing those emotional voids, those emotional leakages, those areas that need to heal. So the example I've given, my husband comes home, he sort of casts his eye over the house, goes, right, it's a bit, messy in here. And it's just a throwaway comment. If I react, it's not about that. It's about something far deeper. It'll be, for me, it was feeling not good enough. It was feeling that I didn't accomplish everything. I'm feeling judged. I'm feeling rejected. I'm feeling unloved. And it's nothing about this throwaway comment from my husband, because it could mean nothing to him. It's just a comment. For me, it's going to be something far deeper. Your friend or your colleague comments on something you've done or said or whatever, and you feel upset by it. Again, it's not about the trigger, it's about why you give meaning to it. So everything that triggers you, allow yourself to go into yourself and question why you give so much meaning to it. The work that I do, it can be pretty dark going into this stuff, but this is where the gold nuggets lie. This is where, we get rid of the junk and actually the healing begins. We go into why do you not feel good enough, or why do you feel judged. It's about going into it and discovering why you feel that. And once you know that, and it's always from your childhood, I guarantee that it comes back from childhood. Once you get into that, you have a foundation to heal. But in the moment, let me just give you a few top tips of how I operate with triggers. And that first one is having radical self-awareness. Before you react, get upset, sulk, cry, shout, whatever, in that moment, just practice some awareness and stop that kind of almost immediate response of going into, a reactive capacity and go, hold on a minute, what's going on? Okay, what is that trigger? And what does it remind me of? Allow yourself to kind of spend time going, this is interesting. Why am I so bothered by someone commenting on how I look, or how much housework I've done? Why? Or, how I run my business. Why am I giving it so much meaning? And allow yourself to go back, because it will always come back to like one massive thing. And before you know it, if you allow yourself, ask your subconscious to show you what it is, you'll be amazed at what's coming up, especially these old memories. And you only need one or two instances where, your mum said this or your dad said this for that belief to stick that you're not good enough, or you're not clever enough, or you're not able enough to do something. It just takes a couple of times in your childhood, and that's it. You have this subconscious belief. So dare to go into it. Now, most of the world, we just suppress it. We push it away. We take a deep breath. We've kicked a door. We've shouted, and we, in the moment we feel better. Okay, but it's not really getting to the root of the problem. So in my world, I do a lot of tapping. I teach my clients to tap, and tapping in the form that I'm trained in is actually a really cathartic way of not just bringing those feelings back down to neutral so you feel better again. It's actually an opportunity for you to do that, process it, feel it, but also release it. So we get very, very authentic. We get your feelings to be really, really felt. And so tapping is a brilliant way for you to really get your feelings out there. All your feelings are valid, okay? And you are allowed to have your feelings. It's just that society says you're not. So that's one method. The other method, if you have this pent-up energy, instead of taking it out on your kids or your husband or the dog or, your boss or whatever, go and get rid of it, okay? It's just an energy. So go and beat the bed up. Go to a boxing lesson. Go and, do some Kundalini anger release techniques. You will feel so much better afterwards. But dare to go into that feeling, dare to go into the trigger, and I guarantee you, the more you do that, the more you'll have that awareness, so you can stop yourself in the moment. If you're feeling judged, it's not about what those people are saying to you, it's about why you are judging yourself, okay? And the meaning you're giving to it. So dare to go into it, and I promise you the results are golden. If you want more information on tapping, it's a beautiful, life-changing technique. I've been tapping for, over 5 years now, and it has single-handedly been the most life-transforming method I have ever used. It has helped heal so much of the stuff that's holding me back, and it's just an amazing tool to have in your back pocket. So you can either DM me or you can email me and just book into it, like have a little chat about how tapping works, and I'd love to teach you this method. I've taught my own children how to tap, and it's amazing that they don't get bothered by things. They sort of stand on the outside and they don't get drawn into the drama, and it's such a peaceful place to live and such a peaceful place to be. So I hope you found this video useful. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Okay, bye for now. Bye.